So I looked at the schedule, and more importantly, I looked at everyone else's schedule like everyone else did. And I looked at what actually gave me hope for a 13-4 season
Hmm.
was actually the preseason, and there actually being a preseason. Because I think Kyle's blocking scheme, and I think Kyle needs to teach offensive linemen how to play a certain way. And I think the only way you can really do that if you have tape. And he's got a lot of offensive linemen that are new, right? And what better way to do that against, preseason games, which
Yes.
they didn't have. And I think collectively they were a step slower at the beginning of the season because of that. The run game never recovered because of it.
That's true.
Um, and I don't think Kyle can fully evaluate people unless he has film on them. Which most cases
True.
that's pretty much the way you're going to see it. Everyone looks good on practice, but as you can tell, if you go against the same person over and over again, you're going to know his tendencies. You're
Hmm.
going to know how they break. It's going up against other people's where you really see the skill set, happen. Um, so I think they'll go 13-4, but they got to go 5-1 before their bye because I think they're going to lose a couple just because of having a bye. And I think that Tennessee game is a perfect example of what they did in Atlanta. That was to me, Kyle had already said we're going to lose to Atlanta. For whatever reason, he sat down the whole entire defense for some bizarro reason that game, right? We had
Hmm.
backup defensive
It's
players and
true.
we were winning it.
Sherman didn't play. That's true. Yeah.
No one played.
Yeah.
No one played.
Yeah.
And I think Kyle saw how good the team was and said, okay, we'll take a step back because we can win out. It shows his confidence and his arrogance as well, because, it took a last second, tackle for them to get that
Yeah.
number one seed. But,
Yeah.
to me, if they don't
That's
get
true.
far in the playoffs,
Greenlaw.
you know, Jed's going to be stuck paying some guy $26 million for what? I think the catch is Jed, pay this guy money. We're going to get deep in the playoffs, possibly another Super Bowl run. If they
Hmm.
don't do very well, we've already seen Jed, just, if the Harbaugh send, Jed
Gets emotional.
everyone gets emotional. And there's a group of
Yeah.
people who have forgotten, Jed really botched this up with Harbaugh. He
Yes.
set us back 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
Now, right? And so, he's in everyone's good graces. He's twittering now, but people like that don't change. You and me know that.
No.
They
Oh
can
yeah.
they can
Absolutely.
they can put on a nice tie. They can be nice. They can be
Try a new
charismatic,
tone
but
on Twitter, but nah. Nah. Yeah.
a new tone on
Just
Twitter,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
these people don't change.
Yeah. No.
Is there a game you're looking most forward to out of curiosity right off the gate? I know the first one everyone's going to say, great.
The Green Bay one.
The Greenway
Yeah, I
one?
want to see that Green Bay one. Yeah, it's such a test for D'Amico. I want to see what D'Amico Ryans has got because if he's good, this team could go all the way. If not, he's going to be the reason that they come up short. He's replacing such an elite defensive coordinator. So what do you got? Yeah.
To me, it's Philadelphia. If they do very well in Philadelphia, and if they just crush Philadelphia, I will be very confident because they played that team less than a year ago, and they were off. You could tell when they lost Philadelphia. I think everyone in 49 Nations were like, "Yeah, we're not going 13-3 this year. We're not Super Bowl caliber players," and it's going to be interesting to see how well they do
Yeah.
versus a team that couple of throws, right? I know Carson Wentz he's not there anymore. In theory,
Hmm.
they should be favored by a touchdown again on the road, in theory, depending if Jalen Hurd becomes, a miraculously very good quarterback, but we'll see.
Yeah,
But to me, it's Philadelphia to see how the season's going to unfold for them.
that's true. Because the way I look at a season is there's always one game a team loses you don't expect. They don't expect.
Correct.
No one expects. This is the way it goes. So
Yep.
which game is that going to be this year? If it's Detroit week 1, that's a problem. If
Yep.
it's Philadelphia week 2, that's a major problem. So I like what you're saying. Like, yeah, we expect the Niners to start the season 2-0. If they don't, they got big, big problems.
Remember
Like
when
last
they
year.
went 10-0? That was the thing. We expected them to win those games that they should be winning.
Right.
We expected them to beat when they played that murderer's row of Baltimore, Green Bay, and then the Saints, we were okay if they lost one, because guess what? They were going up against quality opponents, but they were
True.
supposed to beat those other teams. Beat
True.
the teams
And they
they're supposed
did,
to
with the
beat.
exception of Atlanta, which they basically threw because they didn't play all their best players.